for the Rajasthan Royals this year was the saga of captains going here, captains going there. There was Ajinkya Rahane who was captain. Then Steve Smith came in as captain for 5 matches, and then for 5 matches, and then Ajinkya came back again for 1. So it was 8, 5, 1. So 3 captains effectively this season. Yeah. Rahane, Smith, and Rahane. And we'll ask Joy, because Joy has been part of a team which has had 3 captains in the same season. Yes, the famous three captain season of KKR from 2009. Yeah, or was it a 4 captain season?
Yeah, no, we were planning to have 4 captains on the field itself.
Oh, same field you have 4 captains. Why not make everybody a captain of their area? Like you are the cover point. You're the cover captain. You are
Pakistan
the
used to do that captain for a long time. There's this great liner I read in a Pakistan book. I mean, Osman Samiuddin wrote this fantastic book. And there's this one line he wrote out there which says, in the mid-90s, peace broke out in the Pakistan cricket team. That was one, and it's so they're so used to conflict that for a while, people being nice to each other, peace broke out. That is fantastic.
That is a good line.
Yeah, that is a really good line.
But yeah, so talking about the Rajasthan Royals and talking about their change in captain.
Exactly. He didn't work as captain. They had to remove him. They had no option because Steve Smith was going. So he had to come back for 1. But it's very clear now that the long-term guy they're looking at is Steve Smith for captain. And Rahane is just, I feel he was almost relieved when the role was taken away from him, allowed to play his game. His game improved dramatically. The strange thing is I think Rajasthan have found some things at the end of the season which they hadn't found before.
Yeah.
So one is Rahane is looking back in form. I thought Varun Aaron and O'Shea Thomas were very impressive towards the end. I loved Riyan Parag. Yeah. Great temperament. And see, 90% of T20 cricket is about making smart decisions. So one of it is talent, making smart decisions. When do I want to hit it? When do I want to whack it? When do I hold on? He's made some wonderful decisions, great decision making for this 18-year-old kid. Yeah. Whose father was playing with Dhoni 10 years back. Yeah. That's some amazing, stunning decision.
But Ajay, with Rajasthan Royals, you look at this team.
What he's just said.
Yeah, when you see
that's
this
great
team, when you go,
decision making.
They actually didn't have a really bad season actually.
Who?
Rajasthan Royals. If you look at them, it's not a shambles. Like, with KKR, it's fallen away. You can look at, man, there's some trouble here. With Kings 11, you looked and you said, I don't know, something's not adding up. With the Rajasthan Royals, somehow you saw it and you go, listen, I think they've got a fair number of positives going into the next season.
Yeah, I think that's been the style of that team, except for year 1 when you leave Shane Warne when he was leading that side. Totally run in a different way, but over the years when they've qualified or when they've not qualified, they've been in and around. They make changes because of your jigsaws that you change. They've always had this thing. Ajinkya Rahane, this is not the first year he's been captain. He's captained a few games last year also. So they go round and round the way they've run the game, and they've always found players. They've actually unearthed talent in this country.
That's another question I wanted to ask you.
One risk that they've taken, I can say, over the years is, totally unknown. Tambe was one guy I remember, leg spinner, who was not part of the cricketing system because, district, state, whatever, organized cricket, he was found. Then there was another player, I forget. So they take those risks. But this is what happens is when you surprise in 2020, like he said, instinct. So a lot of players who are experienced players and with so much data, when you get a new guy in, what happens is that it's 24 balls. So first, if you've lost 2 wickets and you put somebody on, even if it's AB de Villiers or senior players who batting, they will give you respect for a couple of overs. So maybe that one game you'd go through. One game here, one game there, you surprise people. Yeah. So that's been their mantra of play. Yeah. This year you had actually, Butler at the top and Archer, Jofra Archer, who are like these blow-away players who can blow the other teams away. But people around them were all, people who do their work. So as a culture of that team, I still haven't seen what style they want to play, except, they play with bits and pieces players. And this year is the first time, or maybe last year, that you started finding these players who are match winners on their own. Yeah. So maybe next year we'll see more match winners in that side.
Also, Stokes
and not so much jigsaw puzzle.
Yeah. Stokes underperformed. Big thing for them. Their marquee all-rounder underperformed. And looking at him, I think, he did really well in his first year in Pune. But after that, Stokes has not really lit it up out here. And I think he's a very field player. When he thinks he's up there and just hasn't had those seasons. I think it's important for them that he comes good if they're going to do well in the future, because they need that all-rounder out there. Their international players are very important to them. Butler, Stokes, Jofra Archer, they are match winners for them.
Yeah, and they actually manage to. I mean, they do this every time. Like you're saying, they get this unknown player, a lot of times young players, and they somehow get them to just perform. And a credit to the players as well, because Riyan Parag looks like he has that big stage temperament, and he's not 17, but he's 70 in his head, right? The kind of maturity.